Hi, check this out. This, guys, is a machine that teleports you if you look to the right place. In this case, you saw I was looking at position 65.2, 54.2. Basically, this thing works with breeze, flying non-stop. And basically, this machine was initially designed by Squibble, and the video is here in the description with the link to the original video for you to watch. But basically, he didn't show the block by block tutorial. He left the map in the description, and I also like to bring these contents here for people who speak my language, Portuguese. But I also dubbed in English so you can watch it with my own voice. Basically, what's happening here is that Breeze shoots a one ball because he's aiming at the iron golem up here. This one ball loses momentum because of that powder snow. Then it is directed to a watering area here where there's an arrow. I place it here and it will collide with that little ball and fly in a specific direction. Then an interesting thing is that this little ball can be redirected depending on where you hit it. But this can also be redirected using arrows. So if I use an arrow, I redirect it in the direction I'm aiming. But if I redirect it with an arrow, aiming in one direction, but when it collides, I'm looking for another direction, it will go in the direction I was looking in the moment of the collision. That is very important because this machine is based on this mechanism. No matter where this collisions happen, the ball will go in the direction I am aiming. And if some reason it goes exactly in the direction of this block right here, passing through this absolutely right here, then it will collide. Then it will collide right on this pixel right here through this whole sand on this target block. It will generate a charge that will activate this enderpearl transporter. And this enderpearl transporter also happens to be loading this chunk. So I throw an enderpearl right here, and the enderpearl stays still. When the secrets activate, it will deactivate this redstone, and I am instantaneously teleported. This secret is very interesting. I recommend you see how it was designed. It went through several steps to the point where it's very compact right here. And there's also other complex models of this super compact machine that allow you to turn in other directions. And as you saw, it has a confirmation system. So I need to look in one direction, then look up. That way I'm not arbitrarily teleported to a place while I'm looking at a specific point in the world. So the system is quite complete, and you could create several of these in the world. But this model here, the most compact model, and I will show you how to build this machine, and also for myself, because I also want to build it in my survival world. So I want to have a video here so I can follow along. And remember, there is also an on-off button to activate this machine, and you need to throw an enderpearl here. You can with shift right above this honey block, throw the enderpearl, and when you turn it for the first time, or if for some reason the arrow disappeared, you need to go in this position and throw an arrow. It doesn't matter laterally where you throw, and when you shot, you press this note block and they will all come to that point. When you turn it, you can turn it by pressing this little guy and then turn off pressing the same button. They will start jumping. When you turn off, it will take a while to turn off, but after a few seconds it will turn off by placing a glass block right in the middle of this iron golem. First of all, you have to make sure pressing F3G on your keyboard to unlock the chunk view. when you choose the location where you're going to build your machine, in this case I will build it facing south, but you choose the direction you want to build it. But it is important to remember that it has to be at least 4 blocks away from the border of the chunk and 4 blocks away from the left of the chunks. So in the middle you left 3 blocks back, 3 blocks to the left, and 2 blocks to the right, and 2 blocks to the front in this direction. It will ensure that your entire machine is within the chunk. So when you place the first block, which is this one, which is this one, you have to ensure this distance to the edges of the chunk border, that your entire machine will be within the chunk. So the next thing you need to do is to place the block. You will place the breeze. You need to place a standard facing sideways. Then another block and a staircase that simply prevent the water from spreading. Then you place a block right here, a block here to prevent the water from spreading. And this water has the main function to force the breeze to the correct position. We won't place this block right here yet because it will be difficult to place the builder further forward. We can place it later. The next step will be to place a sticky piston right here, a slime block there, a repeater block here at 2 ticks, a full block here, and 2 walls up here with an observer watching these walls. This is to transmit the charge of 2 blocks at the same time using an iron door that will be placed on this direction. Above an observer, again with a block above the door and above it. On the door side, we will place 2 glass and a repeater at 2 ticks. Here we will place stripe wire hook with a string. Then another triple wire hook in a complete block. This full block has a block below it. With a door facing in this direction. Below the triple wire hook, there's an observer, which will need to this block be a full block. The next 2 ticks repeater with a observer looking at. Next to this block comes glazed terracotta, a piston in this position, a full block behind it, piston in this position, with a repeater and a full block here. This repeater is on the 4 ticks and a repeater with 2 ticks. Then we continue with some redstone dust here and a sticky piston in this position with a trapdoor here. 2 above it, there's a note block and an observer targeting this note block. So when you click it, it will bring the arrow to the right place. But you still need to slab in this spot with a block in this position, some glass here, a slab here, and the trapdoor to help you go under in this position. Then you need a chain right here. So now you can come here, but we can walk infinitely, so we need a block. Now if we finally come here, we can take our bow, and shoot in this spot. Press this button and the arrow will go to the position we want. Nice, so in his building there's also this redstone torch and this glass. On this place it's worth leaving your little note to remember what you have to do. On the top of this slab, there's a staircase on this direction, and we will surround this entire area with glass. Great. We can also place the salt sand and the honey block in this position. The honey blocks is used to prevent the ender pearl to traveling too fast, and we can place this ladder right here. 2 glasses in the back, an observer facing this direction with a note block in front to activate and deactivate. We can now place water in both blocks, a trapdoor in this position. Then we can complete it with slabs, not of it yet, to avoid any difficulties. And the chain is also possible to throw the ender pearl, but it's blocked because we don't have the redstone circuit yet. Continue in the way of the wind charge. We have a piston right here, but it needs to have the piston that will move it upward the first time. And next to this piston, there are some folders, a block with a piston on top of it. Next to this door, there's a redstone with a target block just to redirect the redstone. So now if you see when something passes through the string, it will push it. I'm going to throw an item, but this piston isn't triggering yet. To trigger it, we place an observer on this door with another observer on the side. A block on top of this piston with a glass block in this position and a repeater at 4 ticks. In front of them, a block with a note block, an observer, a repeater at 4 ticks, another block, a note block right here, and a piston below this note block. There's another note block here. And now if we throw an item, if we throw an item, it will activate this chain of movement. Now the purpose of these redstone torches is for this trapdoor and this other trapdoor. Without them, the trapdoors will be disabled. And this top block allows this redstone torch to power the block above when it goes up. Then a block on top of it and a piston leaving one space. And next to this piston, we place a glass block and a repeater at 2 ticks. On the top of this piston, we can place the reset system that shuts down the system, which simply consists of a glass block here with a stick piston in front of it. Now we place 3 small walls in this position with a glass panel underneath, creating a sort of tiny tube that we can pass through it. And right on top of this glass block, near to this chain, we place a stair facing in this direction with a stair next to it, forcing it to stay in this shape. And on top of it comes another staircase. On the side we can place glass, and up here 2 soul sands. On top of this stair we place water, a glass block next to this. Then we can add water to this stair. Now the water is trapped, it won't be a problem anymore. And now we can move to the chute detection section. So we place a redstone torch with a block on top of it and another redstone torch here, a block and a glass, then one dispenser point upwards and then another pointing downwards with a sign to remember you to place 3 items in the dispenser, and then a comparator with a block in front of it and a redstone torch. And then next to this torch we can connect with glass and a redstone dust going until this iron trapdoor. In front of this piston we're gonna place an iron trapdoor again where the iron golem will be, and one before jump one and place one here. There will be 2 small walls with a chain right here. That is to place the iron golem exactly in this position where we will be trapped. we connect it here with 2 blocks, a target block and a redstone torch. So now the trapdoor is finally opened, and we've connected this target block right here where it needs to be so we can accept the teleportation. On top of this torch comes a block, and here on the side comes a redstone. And now I'm going to place this block because it's probably the block the creator was using to mark where the target layout should be. And the target block comes right here. Here on the side comes a door and some stone target blocks with a door in this direction and observers above and behind. And now we can close this capsule with glass. The next part is to place the iron golem, and actually I end up discovering that to place the iron golem we'll need to remove these 3 parts here, at least to make it easier, and then we can start placing the blocks here to build it. Place the iron blocks, then the pumpkin, and that's it. We've created the iron golem. Now we need to put the blocks back in its positions, and to do that it's better to use pistons. So place temporary blocks on these positions. And you need to push the iron golem down one level, and then now you are able to place this block in this position. And now you take a piston, place it on top of the block, and activate the piston. Nice. Now we need to do the same process with glass and chains in this position here. So first step, we need to place the block that has to be transparent so the iron golem doesn't die. So the iron golem doesn't die in this position. And then a chain. Push it here. Done. Now the iron golem is stuck on this tiny space. Give it a little push here to center, but using shift so you doesn't fall on that hole. Don't push the iron golem too much. And now it's a good idea to close the top of this thing to prevent the iron golem from moving too much and escape. But it's a good idea to give it a little push there so it's a well positioning right in this position here, and then we'll have to find a way to get out. In this case, you can get out through this hole for now. And close this thing here to prevent it from escaping accidentally. You can now close the roof of the entire machine, covering this entire area here. Put a glass in this position. Close it with slabs up to here so you don't lose the button, right? And now we are going to the part that we need to get the breeze. We need to place a electric rail, then a normal rail to prevent redstone charging, and then some powered rails coming from where you managed to capture this breeze. I don't know where you managed to catch the breeze. You create a good machine, created a good farm, and you managed to capture the breeze in the cart. You free the cart and interact as little as possible, and probably it will shoot you. And an important thing, let's try to shut this machine down. I forgot to mention this before, because it is going to hit the iron golem and end up damaging it a bit. Because it is not in the correct position. So to free it to the correct position, we need to break. I know it's a little difficult to do this with the breeze here, which gets the breeze here, which makes the things difficult. But we need to break this rail. You have to make your own way to do this. Then you will need to place a glass block in this position. Push the breeze to this direction while it's shooting at you. Place a glass pane block, and inside it a water stream. Actually you have to put some water here first to force the flow to stop. So put the water here first, unlike I did, and then the water will flow and the freeze gets stuck in this position. And now we can destroy the rail system we used to put the breeze in the position. And if everything goes well, when we turn it on, it shouldn't hit the iron golem anymore. There you go, exactly. Now the shot is redirected and you don't want to stay in this position because it might want to hit you. But you can, I don't know, close this place here to prevent the breeze. Closing it here won't be a problem either. There you go. Now we have a breeze that is happily shooting at the iron golem, but in reality it doesn't know it will never hit the iron golem. And our whole machine is working. Now the only thing you need to do is turn off the machine, place the ender peel in this position, comes down here, activate the mechanism, go here, shoot an arrow on this position and press this button. Then you check out if the arrow landed in the correct place. If it did, this bottom part is alright, and then you can turn the machine back on. Once you turn it on the machine, you will see that your arrow will be bouncing up, going up and down, and this will prevent it from despawning. And there's a lot of sparks. You have to place 3 items on this dispenser. And actually a correction here, this iron trapdoor needs to be in the bottom of the block, not in the top, and then it will be correct. And then we also take the opportunity to close this block here with glass. Now if we throw the ender peel here and go to a place and look exactly at the coordinate plus 65.2, you can see that it doesn't need to be perfect, but here I'm making it very perfect. And then look up, and now we'll teleport to the place we need to teleport. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this block by block tutorial. It's quite hard, but it's worth having this machine in this world. You don't need a chunk loader, but if you go out and load this chunk, we need to remember to go to throw the ender peel and throw the arrow. On this case the arrow disappeared for some reason, and if it is not working, check it. Don't forget to make sure the arrow is here, and when it's broken you have to turn it off before placing the arrow, otherwise it could end up breaking the whole machine. So put the arrow here, now you can turn it back on. And then the machine is ready to use. If you build this machine in the direction I show it, that's it, facing south with the ladder facing north, it will have this angle, which is the angle I aimed in the screen so I could teleport. Well, these other angles is in a case you build a variation, but if you rotate it 90 degrees, this will be the new angle you have to look at. And rotating another 90 degrees 180, that's it, the new angle. And rotating 270, that is the new angle. I will leave it in the description, just the way the creator of this machine did. You can check it out there. And that's it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it. Well, leave a comment below what was the hardest part for you. And that's it. Bye.